Fox Valley Association showdown between the visiting Neenah Rockets and the host Kaukauna Ghosts. It's a battle of top 10 ranked teams in the state, and yet another great USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson, bringing you those high definition shots, Jim Rosandick. And we have a fourth member of our crew. He shall remain nameless, but he is a big lift to us, Brett.
Yes.
Crucial member.
The secret weapon,
the
right?
secret weapon, but Brett, not that this is a broken record here, but it seems like we're always doing games between ranked teams. And we got another good one tonight against number 1 versus number 5.
Well, actually, the rankings have changed today, Ricardo. Kaukauna, because of its upset loss to Fond du Lac last week, drops from 1 to 5. Neenah checks in at 4. So you still have two teams in the top 5 battling it out. But this will be a good game, right? This is our first chance to see Neenah. We were going to get them against Hortonville on December 23rd. Mother Nature wasn't playing nice that night, right? That's when you had all that blizzard nonsense right before Christmas time. They moved that game to December 31st, New Year's Eve. We couldn't stream it. So finally get a chance to see the Yukon recruit, Allie Zabel for the Rockets, one of the top players in the country. Looking forward to seeing her. She's having another big season. Of course, Kaukauna, unfortunately, dealing with a pretty substantial injury to one of its star players, Alana Zarnicki. Knee injury, lost for the season. And now Kaukauna, Ricardo, trying to feel its way a little bit, right? And it's going to take a little time. I was reading something with Joe Russum, the head coach. He was saying it's kind of like we're starting over a little bit, right? We were clicking, we were humming, everything was working, and now we have different rotations, getting some different kids in the mix. You know they're going to be just fine when all is said and done, because I firmly believe that they're one of the best teams in the state of Wisconsin. Would not surprise me. I think they're in different sectionals, right? Kaukauna and Neenah. Very well could see them in the rush, but you know Hortonville's going to have something to say about that as well.
Brett, the first Associated Press rankings came out.
It's out.
Yes, first place, Kaukauna.
Okay.
Second place, Kettle Moraine. Third place, Brookfield East. Fourth place, Hortonville. Fifth place, Neenah.
Okay.
Neenah with the first place vote. I think I voted Neenah with the first place vote.
I think the three FVA teams are kind of interchangeable right now. Yes. They are all so good. I mean, I mentioned that this Neenah team led by Allie Zabel, Ava Cook having a nice season. Of course, Rainey Wilson of Hortonville, one of the top juniors in the state. Trinity McCodlow is part of that squad. They're 12. All three teams, and we, of course, Alexa Kinnis leading the way with Kaukauna, but a great cast of characters, if you will. Certainly very talented. But all three of those teams, Ricardo, 12-1 overall, 7-1 in the Fox Valley Association. They're going to be duking it out all season long for that FBA championship.
Those three teams, in my opinion, they're all deserving of being at the state tournament. That's how good they are.
And who's gonna end up winning the conference championship? I mean, you could make a case very easily for all three, right?
Why don't we make a case to people at the WISA, just put Kaukauna, Neenah, Hortonville at the in the Division I field with Kettle Moraine, defending state champion,
and call it a day.
Yes,
that's not a bad idea because that's probably. Although Brookfield East, was it?
They were there last year.
They might have something to say about that too. They might not agree with that scenario.
Well, Brett, let's take a look at some of these notes that you put together as you do every week. Thank you so much for that. I'll read off Kaukauna's notes. You can read off Neenah's. Kaukauna coming in, as Brett mentioned, they're 12-1 overall, 7-1 in the FVA. We talked about their rankings, and they're coming off a 61-56 OT victory over Sheboygan North on Saturday. That was a non-conference match at Sheboygan. Alexa Kinnis, again, game high 20 points on 9 of 18 shooting. Also had 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 steals. Addison Baumgart scored in double figures as well. She tacked on 15 points, and her night included 4 trifectas along with 11 rebounds. Taryn Christopher, Avery Boucher, am I saying that right?
I think so, yeah.
Finished with 8 and 7 points respectively. Defensively, Kaukauna limited the Golden Raiders to 37% shooting. They came up with 15 steals, and they forced 19 turnovers in all. And Kinnis, am I saying that right? Kinnis, by the way, scored 6 points in overtime to propel Kaukauna to that hard-fought victory. And Kinnis, well, we know all about Kinnis. She's a multi-sport athlete.
Four-sport athlete,
one of the very best in our area in the state. Her name may be mentioned later on in the season when we're talking about possible athletes of the year.
She was there last year.
I don't want to give too much away, Brett.
Okay.
But she's definitely someone who
she's a contender.
Yes. Baumgart, in terms of scoring, is next at 12.1. She's shooting 42% overall, 36% from distance, and her 22 three-pointers are tied for the team lead. Savannah Robinson, one of my favorite players. She can do it all. She's so active on the court, Brett. She's averaging double figures as well as 10.1 points a game. She's shooting 56% overall and 46% from three-point land. We talked about Zarnicki. Brett, these are hard numbers to replace, but not just the numbers, the leadership that she brings on the court. The senior averaging 13.9 points a game. That was at the time of her injury. She also had 22 three-pointers. She could do it all, and that's going to be a big, big loss for Kaukauna. But she also led the team in rebounding. Baumgart and Kennis were the top rebounders, 5.2 and 5.1 per game. And Zarnicki averaged 5.7 before the injury, yes. Right. Kennis is 4.5 assists, lead the way in that category for Kaukauna. And as a team, Kaukauna is shooting 47% overall, 37% from three-point range, 74% from the free throw line. Opponents are shooting 37% overall and 33% from three-point range. Kaukauna is also out-rebounding their opponents 31.5 to 27.2. They're averaging 15 steals per game. I think that's a number we should watch. Steals, they're very good on the defensive end, Brett. And Kaukana's averaging just a shade under 70 points a game, and they're allowing 50.8, so you're looking at 19 points or so in terms of point differential. Their next game, they're at Appleton West on Friday. Tip-off set for 7:30 p.m. Brett, what can you tell me about those Rockets?
Yeah, the Neenah Rockets, as we said, 12-1 overall, taking the floor right now, 7-1 in the Fox Valley Association. By the way, I wanted to mention, you can see Alana Zarnicki on crutches, unfortunately, underneath the basket here towards the right side of your screen. It's just I hate it. I hate it, Ricardo, because you want to see teams at full strength, and you wanted to see how this could play out. But hopefully a speedy recovery, because she's a St. Cloud State recruit, by the way, as well. But back to the Rockets. Mentioned fourth in Division I in the WisSports.net state coaches poll. Ricardo, you said number 5 in the inaugural Associated Press state poll. Rockets coming off a 53-32 victory over Oshkosh North on Friday. That was a Fox Valley Association matchup at Oshkosh. UConn commit Ali Zabel. Surprise, surprise, Ricardo. She was Neenah's top scorer with 17 points. She shot 6 of 15 overall, 3 of 9 from three-point range. Zabel also added 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals in the victory. Ava Cook finished with 14 points on 4 of 8 shooting. She also knocked down 3 threes, tallied 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. The Rockets shot 49% on the night. And get this, team basketball right here, Ricardo, assisted on 15 of their 18 field goals. That's efficiency. Defensively, they limited the Spartans to just 35% shooting and forced 19 turnovers. On the season, Zabel is the team's top scorer at an even 24 points per game. Check out these percentages, Ricardo. She's shooting 56% overall, 48% from 3, and 93% from the free throw line, where she has gone 52 of 56. You know I love good free throw shooting, right? Cook is next at 12.4 points per game. She's shooting 40% overall, 39% from distance. And Sammy Buss is third at 9.2 points per game. She's shooting 42% overall and 47% from three-point range. Zabel, Cook, and Buss, Ricardo, they have knocked down 46, 35, and 33 threes respectively. That's a total of, between the three of them, 114 three-pointers. Their combined shooting percentage from beyond the arc is 45%. Zabel leads the way in rebounding at 8.4 per game. Amaya Jones is next at 6.2 rebounds. Zabel, also the Rockets' leader in assists at 5.1 per game. As a team, Neenah is shooting 45% overall, 41% from three-point range, 66% from the line. Opponents are shooting 41% overall and 31% from three-point land. Rockets also out-rebounding their opponents 28.6 to 22.5 per game and averaging 9.6 steals. Looking at the scoreboard, Neenah averaging 67.2 points per game and allowing 43.9. Another big game coming up for the Rockets on Friday is they take on Fond du Lac. Cardinals playing some good basketball this season. Actually, Ricardo, on the boys and girls side.
Yeah, Kaukauna, they beat Fond du Lac beat Kaukauna, didn't they? Earlier this season, am I thinking of? The girls team?
Yeah, they were the one that handed the Ghost. That was coming right off kind of that injury. We'll kind of talk about the tale of two seasons kind of so far for Kaukauna, because they were just dominant before the injury, and now they've been having some squeakers, right? They're having a hard time getting through it, but again, like Joe Russum kind of indicated, going to be a little bit of a process here to kind of replace those totals that you mentioned of Alana Zarnicki and figuring out rotations and all that stuff. So we're going to have a presentation of the colors first, then the national anthem, and then Ricardo will give you the starting fives for both teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kaukauna High School for KG between the visiting Rockets of Neenah High School and your Kaukauna High. We are pleased to welcome our guests tonight, players, coaches, and fans from Neenah High School. Both schools in the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at educational-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating or taunting actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy the game in a positive manner. At this time, to honor our country and those who are fighting to defend our freedoms, we ask that you please stand if you are able, remove your headwear, and face the flag as the VFW Electric City Post 3319 present the colors and the singing of our national anthem.
Want to thank our sponsors tonight and this season. Cellcom, you're going all in on your resolutions, so go all in with Cellcom as your wireless carrier for one low monthly cost. Get select phones and monthly data for as little as $24.99 per month. Visit cellcom.com/save for more information and go all in. Also, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net.
Yeah, Brett, starting lineups, we've seen Neenah being announced here. For the Rockets, Allie Zabel, Ava Cook, Rowan Klesmit, Sammy Buss and Amaya Jones, your starting 5 for the Neenah Rockets. And Kaukauna will be announced here shortly, but their starting lineup, Taryn Christopher, Alexa Kinnis, Addison Baumgart, Savannah Robinson, and Josie Eben. And Brett, you got to like, everyone still uses the old
the Chicago Bulls.
Is this Emerson, Lake, and Palmer?
No. It's
Alan Parsons' project,
right.
Yes. I get my prog bands all mixed up. But yes, Alan Parsons' project. This is called Sirius, by the way. But popularized by the old Jordan Bulls, Brett.
Yep.
Their legacy lives on.
Enough about your Bulls,
I love
Ricardo.
Them. Then when Jerry Krause tore them apart, I vowed I'd never follow them again.
Now you root for the Spurs like I do.
No, I root for the Bucks.
Enough about the Bucks. Welcome to Kaukauna High School again. Matchup top 5 matchup here. Both teams ranked in the state. Both 12-1 overall. Both 7-1 in the Fox Valley Association. I'm Brett Christopherson. He's Ricardo Arguello, hanging out with Jim Rosandick. We call him Rosie, and our secret weapon we cannot reveal the identity of.
We'll just call him SW.
There you go. Nice crowd here on hand tonight on a Tuesday night. Hey, Bill Glasheen's here tonight, our photojournalist, coming on in, so he'll have a photo gallery later tonight. Now, have you seen Kaukauna yet this season? I know Rosie and I have streamed them twice.
I have not. I don't think I've seen either one of these teams.
The last time we were here was against Hortonville. Kaukauna beat the Polar Bears. Mike Sherry was with us that night. That was a pre-Christmas live stream. I know you were out. So yeah, you mentioned it, Ricardo. They are so good at using defense to create offense. We'll see how that plays out here tonight. Kaukauna with the basketball to open this one up.
Neenah going on player defense here.
Kinnis right away. Bam. And no hesitation, Ricardo, on that shot. Quick 3-0 lead for the Ghost. Kinnis.
Top cross-country runner. She also played golf, I believe.
Yeah. So impressive in the 2 games that we streamed. She was just all over the floor offensively, defensively. She's the one who creates a lot of her own offense because she's just a pest on the defensive end.
Zabel.
Yeah, good find for Zabel. Nothing but net, and there you go. A pair of triples. Kinnis for the Ghosts, and now Zabel tying it up quickly.
Brett, I'm curious, are the boys playing tonight? I'll have to maybe double-check that. I'm just wondering. It's a pretty nice crowd here. If they are. Either way, it's a nice crowd.
I think they usually do, right? Usually it's the boys would be at Kaukauna. Wouldn't that be the usual schedule? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But it is a great crowd, and that's fantastic to see. These 2 teams deserve it.
Again, and Brett, I'm with you that I think they should both play at the same venue back-to-back. I've always been a big fan of that. It's more of an event, right?
Right. So instead of splitting up the fan base, right? Because you could look at the Neenah boys ranked in the top 10. There's another 3.
Hey.
What with this? Sammy Buss.
The former Xavier standout.
Yeah, nothing but 3 so far in this one. Zabel and Buss for the Rockets, Kinnis for the Ghosts. But, yeah, you want to watch some good basketball, boys and girls side. Neenah ranked, defending state champs. Kaukauna always a strong program. Maybe a little bit down this year than what we're normally used to seeing when it comes to the Ghost boys, but still recent state champions a couple times. And I think that's a good idea going back-to-back.
Neenah has a lot of fine players, Brett, but one young freshman I'm curious to see how she performs is Rowan Klesbit.
Another Klesbit coming through. Their brothers playing right now for the Badgers. Max, they're taking on Michigan State. Down at the Kohl Center.
Ghosts with 2 turnovers to start, Brett. And that is a blocking foul. I think Kaukauna wanted possibly a charge on that. Sammy Buss, 5'6" senior.
Ghost foul number 12, Savannah Robinson. First person.
Savannah Robinson picking up her first foul. Her brother Jack Robinson, the running back for the Appleton North football team. Whoa, watch out.
Look out,
yep,
Kinnis.
Kinnis is going to easily scoop that up and lay it in. She's got 5 points for the Ghost, all 5 points. As we look at our Cellcom Coonies Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard, there's Klesmet letting it fly. Taryn Christopher with the rebound, bringing it up the floor.
Andy Brownell encouraging his team on that side of the court.
The dean of the FVA now, right? Especially
Sounds
with
weird
Troy,
saying that because he's still pretty young looking.
with Troy Cullen stepping down from Kimberly after last season.
Travel, and that's Brett. 5 possessions, 3 turnovers for Kaukauna.
In forward, the Ghost number 3, Josie Jumpstrom.
By the way, on the Kaukauna sidelines, Joe Russum, obviously the coach. One of their assistants, I've noticed, Sarah Hebner, former Polar Bear from Hortonville, Brett. A very good play for them a few years ago as that three-pointer goes in.
That's Ava Cook, Ricardo. So 3 threes for the Rockets to start. And you're kind of seeing, we talked about, they're a good three-point shooting team, and right away letting it fly and knocking them down. I'll talk about actually where Neenah ranks in the state as far as total threes here a little bit later. Tough take by Josie Eben.
Oh,
nice feed. A good defense by Eben. Zabel picks it up. Klesmet thought about it. Little left-hand scoop. And a good offensive rebound by Amaya Jones, number 42 for the Rockets. A good battle underneath.
I think we were at a game last year, Brett, in Neenah, where Amaya Jones might have had 20 rebounds, if I remember right. She had a real nice night off the glass.
That might have been Kaukauna that night. I seem to remember being at the Ron Anderson Fieldhouse and Ali Zabel knocking one down in front of Joe Russum, and he kind of was like, put his hands up. What do you do?
Way out there. She was way out beyond the three-point line.
Yeah.
Baumgart. Back up top. That one's inside to Eben.
We're going to get a foul on the Rockets this time. Ava Cook picks up her first.
In for the Ghost number 5, Ethan Busher.
Kenneth double teamed and
Have to. And a nice answer, though, for the Ghost. Addison Baumgart with a 3.
well, Brett, there have been 6 field goals. 5 of them have been three-pointers.
Baumgart playing some good basketball lately and in this season as a whole.
Travel. Second turnover for the Rockets. 13:21 left here in the first half. 9-8 lead for Neenah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was looking, Ricardo, this week's Swiss Sports three-point challenge leaderboard rankings are out. Ali Zabel currently ranks 3rd in Division I at 48%. Her teammate Sammy Buss is 5th. Turnover. And here comes Ali Zabel. She's going to go coast to coast left hand. Too easy for the UConn commit. We got somebody down. I think that's Alexa Kinnis. Oh, boy.
No. Brett, who scored that last bucket?
That was Zabel. And hopefully Alexa is okay.
She seems to be despondent, Brett. This is
Not good.
not sure if it's her ankle. They're
Can't put any weight on it, maybe a little bit.
might be her ankle, Brett, because
That's what they seem to be looking at,
yes.
right? Oh, boy.
Well, you don't want it to be another ACL injury suffered by that team, your 2 best players.
Number 12, Savannah Robinson.
But she seemed to be walking it off. She's in a little bit of pain, though. 10-9 lead or 11-8 lead, I should say, for Neenah.
I hate injuries. I don't care what the sport is. I just hate it. Such a fun player to watch, too.
What, next woman up, right?
That's right.
That's the kind of mentality you have to have. They've already kind of got the challenge of trying to overcome Zarnicki's injury. Savannah Robinson. Baumgart.
Nice little cut by Robinson. Good kick out. And good patience right now by the Ghosts. Good defense equally by the Rockets. Closing out, I think, that's going to stay with Kaukauna, near turnover. Kaukauna doing a good job. Ricardo spreading the floor, moving the ball, but the defense flying to wherever the basketball is. So let's see if the Ghosts can kind of break that down here a little bit.
Baumgart looking to go inside.
Yeah, Taryn Christopher was posting up, number 0.
Near the 12-minute mark here in the first half.
Baumgart again, yep. Can't get it to fall.
Good defense by Neenah, Brett, on that series.
Oh, wow, what a drive. Just a little shot fake. You got to close out on that because she can knock him down, and that's all it takes. So smooth to the hoop going with that left hand.
Now we see a chair being taken over to where Kinnis is, Brett, to elevate her left foot. We believe it's her left ankle that may be injured, as Zabel is good on her first free throw.
Yeah, Zabel now with 6.
And for the Rockets, number 14, Walter Bussman, and number 23, Sammy Buss.
Well, hopefully, if it is indeed Ricardo an ankle, it's something that she can bounce back from quickly. And nothing but net for Zabel. So 6 points for the Rockets standout.
Turnover again for Kaukauna. Brett, I have 5 turnovers already. We're not even to the 10-minute mark of the first half.
Wanted to finish that thought, though. Zabel 3rd right now in the Wiz Sports 3-point challenge. Sammy Buss, her teammate, 5th. And Kaukauna's Josie Jupstrom is 9th at 44%. Of course, the 2 top players with the best shooting percentage in each of the 5 divisions will compete in the challenge. That's going to be held as part of the state tournament in March.
Unless their
Resch
team
Center
is in the state tournament.
Yeah, there you go. I think you have to have a minimum of 75 attempts. That's how you're eligible. By the way, check this out. 7 of the top 10 players listed in D1 are from the FVA.
Wow.
Yeah, so
well, we talked about the FVA just having their own state tournament. And Kettle Moraine. Throw Kettle Moraine in there.
That wouldn't upset too many people, would it? So where you get offense now from if you're Kaukauna, right? Now Kinnis is out with appears to be an ankle injury, at least for the time being.
It's got to be by committee, right? You have to – everybody has to contribute in this aspect. I mean, obviously, to me, Savannah Robinson is the first player that comes to my mind, but they do have other talented scorers. Brett, it's a matter of who's going to step up. Speaking of stepping up.
Yeah, that's Sammy Buss. Her second triple. Credit number 32. That was Autumn Szabo with the offensive rebound and finding Buss for the triple. And right now the Rockets have doubled up Kaukauna.
Now you see the defense there by Neenah. Boucher being harassed.
Number 22, Abby Fisher, a 5'6" junior.
And now Kinnis is going to the locker room, Brett.
Tape it up maybe, put some ice on there.
She didn't seem to be really limping as bad as she was coming off the court.
Good. Maybe it's something they can tape up, right? And should be good to go. Is that wishful thinking? Because you want to just see the standout players, right?
Yeah, if you have a bum ankle, you can tape it up. I'll tell you, I suffered a real bad ankle injury when I was in my early teens, and it was always, I probably didn't get it looked at or repaired, so it always a little loose, I guess, for lack of a better way to describe it. It would always I'd always roll it, if you know what I mean. But with a good tape job, that prevents that from happening or makes it rare when it does.
I rolled my ankle really bad, actually in the backyard one time.
Brett!
I think it was
mowing the lawn?
Early college years, I think. Late high school, early college. It was terrible. No, I was playing basketball.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, it was. I needed crutches. It was that bad. And luckily, it doesn't look like. Of course, I'm kind of a baby when it comes to pain. So
I don't know many people who like pain unless the goofies, the goofballs who do.
MMA fighters.
Yes.
16-8, Neenah with the lead, and the basketball halfway through this opening half. Big showdown between two of the state's top teams. Kaukauna already down one standout player. Now Kinnis rolling her ankle, it appears, and she's off the floor for the Ghosts as well. So we'll see how they can respond. You know, I was looking this up. Understandably, of course, Kaukauna hasn't been as dominant since Alana Zarnicki suffered that knee injury. That was actually right before the New Year, December 29th victory for the Ghosts against Germantown.
Right.
KK Arnold's team, and that was at the Watertown Holiday Shootout. It's 2 victories, wins over Oshkosh North and Sheboygan North since that injury have been by just a combined 9 points.
Well, Coach Russum talked about the team kind of weathering that and trying to find kind of its identity a little bit. It's altered with Zarnicki out. Hopefully Kinnis won't be missing too much time as well. But, there's no doubt, Brett, that Kaukauna has athletes.
Oh, no question.
Now it's a matter of just Russum scheming a way to get them to get points on a consistent manner.
Mackenzie Farrell, the junior guard, with the miss. Kaukana's only loss also came during that stretch. That was to Fond du Lac, a 51-46 setback 5 nights ago. Now, in the 9 games before Zarnicki's injury, nice bounce pass from Jones to Klesmit with the bucket. Nice job by Neenah sharing the basketball. And I'm not counting the Germantown game because that's where she went down, but in the 9 games before that, Ghosts were outscoring their opponent 72.8 to 4.47 per game, 72.8 to 47. So
wow.
They were dominant heading into that stretch, or heading into that Germantown game when Zarnicki went down. Klesmit going to try to pick up that loose ball, just can't do it. Rowan Klesmit, the freshman, actually, of course, her brother, the senior, Cal Klesmit, going to UW Green Bay, the star standout shooter and scorer for the Neenah Rockets. We saw Neenah take down, the Neenah boys take down Oshkosh North Friday night in a Varsity Game of the Week live stream.
Yeah, Coulthard.
Sam Coulthard, yeah.
He's one of our Athlete of the Week nominees, Brett, for that fine performance.
8 threes and 27 points, right? Kind of a breakout game for him. He's a shooter. I know they're high on him. I was reading your comments from Lee Rubbis, the Neenah boys coach. Says he works hard. And finally pays off, right? You start adding that component to the Rockets, and they're going to get pretty darn dangerous again as they look to defend that Division I state championship.
And they have just a really tough schedule. You know, not that I'm surprised at that. Rubbis always has his team battle-tested, Brett. But, boy, they got some big games coming up in the near future.
That'll help them down the stretch, though. I think that's going to go against Zabel.
Rocket foul number 1, Allie Zabel.
So let's count up. How many three-pointers does Neenah have? I have 2, 3, 4?
I got them at 4, yep.
Okay.
Zabel 1, Cook 1, and Sammy Buss with a pair.
And for the Rockets, number 32.
Brett, that free throw from Baumgart, that snapped a 9-0 run by Kaukauna.
Baumgart now with 4. First trip to the free throw line for the Ghosts, 1 of 2. So 18-9 lead for the Rockets. Allie Zabel, she made her decision early, didn't she? As far as where to play at the next level.
Well, I think, can I say it was a no-brainer? I mean, it was, right? I mean, you have an offer from UConn, you got to take it.
Kind of do, don't you?
Ghost foul number 23,
Josie Eben with the foul.
I mean, if you're a quarterback and Alabama comes calling, or Georgia, you got to take that, don't you?
You have to. Autumn Shabo at the free throw line. Can't get that one to fall. 6'2" senior Ricardo. So Shabo adding some size to that lineup. Yeah, I mean, committed to play at UConn. She had offers from UW Green Bay, Illinois State, Marquette, UW Milwaukee, Minnesota, Montana State, Oklahoma, St. Thomas, Texas Tech, Toledo, Wisconsin, and Xavier. That's Christopher.
You mean she didn't want to choose UW Milwaukee over UConn?
It's been interesting to see what other scholarship offers would have piled up, right? Just a junior. But that takes a lot of pressure off her now, right? Don't have to worry about, hey, where are you going to play? The only thing is, and I wonder about this, though, is there more a different type of pressure now saying, well, you're going to UConn. We got the UConn kid coming to town, right?
I think Zabel can handle it.
She seemed
well, not just her. It's KK Arnold heading there as well. So, think about that. 2 Wisconsin players heading over to UConn. You think there's
let them out of the state.
Let them out of the state. Come on, Badgers.
Oh, Marquette, right?
Marquette, too, right? I mean, one of our favorites, Emily LaChapelle, playing for Marquette in the starting lineup now as a freshman.
Zone defense, and a nice job knocking it away.
Brett, that's Kinnis out there again.
Josie Eben. Yeah, Kinnis is out. Good to see. So they must have gone inside and taped her up. But that's great to see.
The power of the tape job, right?
She's a tough kid. We'll see if she can Willis Reed her team to victory tonight.
I think she's a little more mobile than Willis Reed was on that tape, Brett, what you're referencing.
Yeah, those who are watching, look it up. Go on YouTube. It was like 1970, 1971.
That was before your or my time.
That was even before I was born, yeah.
Right, so you're talking about, but it was a pivotal moment. It was a playoff game, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think wasn't Phil Jackson on that team too?
Yeah, and I think
he played.
Willis just came out and the team got lifted just by his mere presence.
Knocked down some shots, I think. Yeah. Good job by the Rockets moving the basketball. It was a good look by Sophia Cook. Found the soft spot there in the defense. Just couldn't get it to fall, but yeah. Good to see Kansas Ricardo. She's moving pretty well,
too. Okay.
Three-pointer from the wing. Strong. That was Josie Jupstrom.
Well, the real test here, Brett, is when this will happen, when she's banging around with the bodies, right?
Right.
Down low, or she goes in for a drive. How does that ankle going to respond to some, bumping?
Well, she's going to have to keep that moving even during halftime. Tough take by Zabel inside, using her body to create some space and high off the glass. Zabel with 9 points. And a big triple for Taryn Christopher. She's got 5.
So now you see Kaukauna Brett down only 2 possessions. We're nearing the 4:40 mark here in the first half.
And getting a lift with Alexa Kinnis being able to come back on the floor.
So maybe she is doing her Willis Reed, right?
Now she's even guarding Ali Zabel.
Woo. And, Neenah, some of these possession threats are coming up empty.
Good looks, though. Definitely much more of a low-scoring game than I was anticipating. I thought we'd see these offenses go, and I think we're going to get, is that number 11 for the Rockets? Sophia Cook.
Number 11, Sophia Cook. First personal, 4th team. And for the Rockets, number 22, Abby Fisher. Number 34, Sage.
Yeah, Ali Zabel, a 5-star recruit, currently ranked 5th nationally by ESPN in its class of 2024 prospects. Enters tonight's action. This is what she came in with, 1,592 career points. Now Ricardo over the 1,600 mark for her career. She came in averaging 25.3 points per game for her career. Career average is a 56% shooting, 46% from 3, 86% from the line. She enters also with the state's best 46 made threes. And she just picked up her second foul. So what does Andy Brownell want to do? Does he want to keep her in? That doesn't look like he's in too big of a hurry to take Ali Zabel out of the game. Ricardo, was Eben her first point of the night coming from the stripe?
By the way, Kinnis is now on the bench too. Maybe they might be kind of like a what do you call it, to maximize her
just
minutes.
Kind of monitoring a little bit, yeah. Not over extending her, fatiguing the ankle perhaps. Kaukauna staying in that 2-3 zone. And
nice.
ooh.
Oh, they're gonna. I thought that was a nice play defensively by Eben, Brett. They're whistling her for the foul.
And that's her second.
Ghost foul on number 23, Josie Evans, second personal.
So Eben with 2 fouls for the Ghosts. Zabel with 2 for the Rockets. Only a 5-point game, 20-15, as you can see in our Cellcom, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Now Ali Zabel going to check out with those 2 fouls. So Andy Brownell going to try to protect his standout player.
Eben, a 5'10" sophomore, and that almost went out of bounds. Not
Good
a turnover,
by
though.
Klesme.
Yeah.
Look, a scoop shot again, and almost gets it to fall. I'm always amazed. I say it a lot in recent seasons now, how you can go from 8th grade
Oh my goodness.
to varsity basketball in the Fox Valley Association, right? How about that? Offensive rebound, and Jupstrom, her first bucket, and it's a 1-possession game. So the Ghosts have battled back. What was it, the largest deficit, maybe 10?
Yeah, it was 20-9, Brett.
11-point game. And they're going to get number 5, Avery Busher.
Well, they got the clock still running here, Brett, and shouldn't that be stopped?
Yeah. How many seconds came off the clock?
About 13.
Okay. 3 from the wing, no good. That was Sammy Buss.
See, and this is what I mean, Brett, when I always, steal.
Yeah, Abby Fisher, number 22 for the Rockets. Kinnis back on the floor for the Ghosts. Going to try a skip pass. Just gets it to where it needed to be, and there you go. Abby Fisher with the triple, her first points of the night, Ricardo.
Yeah, that little time snafu, Brett, that's exactly why I don't think there should be a shot clock in high school.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
There's no need for it.
5 3-pointers for the Rockets. Christopher now with 7 points, playing well. Very active offensively. Yeah, you know, again, I've said this before in streams too. When it was 4 8-minute quarters, yeah, I think I wanted a shot clock. Now with the halves, I think it's just a much more free-flowing game. I don't.
And there's only it's rare when teams hold the ball. I mean, it is rare.
I can't remember really the last time I've seen it.
The only time I saw it was when Dan Weiss and Oshkosh West did it.
Okay.
Back in the day and that maybe that got folks upset. It was against Milwaukee King or one of those teams as Amaya Jones.
Yeah, nice post up by Jones for her first bucket. Just sealed off her defender.
And that was blatant. You know, obviously Weiss, I remember they would stand right past half court. Coach Jim Gods was beside himself.
But that's when it was quarters, right?
Yes, it was when it was quarters, and that's the only time I can remember it happening.
Yeah, you don't. I can't remember it when it happened with the halves. Having said that, though, if they want to bring the shot clock in, I'm not. You know, I'm not against it, but I just don't think it's a necessity right now in the game. I think there's typically pretty high-scoring games, pretty much a free-flowing game now, as Klesmet is blocked. I think that might have been Addison Baumgart getting her hand on the basketball there, as Klesmet tried to attack the rim from the baseline. Klesmet, for a freshman, no fear, right? She's not afraid to get inside, and there's a turnover.
I have 5 turnovers for Neenah, 8 for Kaukauna.
Final seconds coming. Let's see. Kinnis has the ball at the corner. Kinnis. She's going to let it fly from the wing. No good. And the first half comes to a close.
Kinnis wanted a foul.
Kind of a helter-skelter half.
25-19, your score. Kaukauna, I should say Neenah over Kaukauna. Brett, if I may continue this real quick before I lose my train of thought here.
Yeah.
We're talking about the shot clock, and this is another thing. I know a lot of larger school folks weren't happy because they had the vote, and basically the rural schools, 3, 4, 5, kind of outvoted Divisions 1 and 2. But there's a reason why they did that. When you're Division 1, Division 2 schools, you have more resources. You have more bodies able to work that camera. Or not that camera, that clock, the shot clock. When you're Division 3 team, especially your Division 4 and 5 team, when you have 20 kids in the school, that's a little harder to do.
I agree, and sometimes you see it even at the college level. Did it hit the rim? Do you have to reset the shot clock?
Do you want to be, Joe Schmo after you've done, work in your farm field to come out here and take grief from parents when you miss the shot clock or
Do you
something?
want to miss the shot clock in a sectional championship game if you're working
Who
that?
wants to do that? It's thankless.
I agree. I don't think it's needed, but again, if they want to implement it at some time, I'm not going to be against it either. Whatever they want to do, I just don't think it's a top priority in the game of basketball in Wisconsin. Now, I know the surrounding states, though, I believe have it. I believe Minnesota has it. I think Illinois has it. I want to say Michigan might have it too. So it's probably a matter of time before Wisconsin finally gets it. We'll see how it goes. But, hey, it's halftime here at Kaukauna High School. A quick look at our Cellcom and Cooney's embroidery and sportswear scoreboard shows the Rockets with a 6-point lead over the Ghosts. We'll talk about tonight's game and all we have coming up digitally. It's a busy time of year at USA Today Network Wisconsin after this short break.
From the top of the 222 building on College Avenue in downtown Appleton, it's Varsity Roundtable. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricardo Arguello.
Welcome back to Kaukauna High School again as we look at our Cellcom and Cooney's embroidery and sportswear scoreboard. Rockets on top of the Ghosts, 25-19, battle of top 5 teams in Division I in the state of Wisconsin. Again, thanks to Cellcom. Get select phones and monthly data for as little as $24.99 per month. Visit cellcom.com/save for more information. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or send them an email at Cooney, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. Also, as always, I want to plug USA Today Sports Plus. That's the new sports app that puts the fans first. Get the latest scores, stats, and standings and enjoy interactive experiences with our award-winning sports writers. Download USA Today Sports Plus from the Apple or Google Play stores today. USA Today Sports Plus, fan harder. Ricardo, you got the Fab Fives out. Are they finally released?
It'll
What's
be
going on
coming
with
out
that?
tomorrow. The girls team will be coming out tomorrow.
We saw the
tentatively
preview.
have the boys team coming out on Friday. And, Brett, very excited about that. So please look for that on postcrescent.com. That's the digital showcase of the top senior ball players, basketball players in our area. That goes all the way up to Green Bay, all the way down to Fond du Lac, Oshkosh area. And we're really excited to showcase them, Brett. The girls came in, had a great time doing the green screen captures. I mean, the girls, they all know each other. You know, they're all see each other during the off season, AAU stuff, all that kind of stuff. Brett, so it was a fun shoot to do. Jim Rosandick put it all together. And we're ready to have it all showcased starting tomorrow.
Can you say the 5?
Yeah, we can say the 5. Remember, they're all senior players now. So from Freedom, we have Sadie Jermalowitz, led her team. Remember, Brett, Division III.
Great athlete.
Yes, and speaking of Division III, Megan Schumann of Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
They're a fine team over there.
Both boys and girls.
Both boys and girls. Appleton East, Sammy Byer. East had a nice year last year, Brett, making it to the state semifinals in D1. Mackenzie Drought from Kimberly.
Did she just hit 1,000 for her career, I think?
She just did, actually. And why am I blanking on the 5th girl? Mackenzie Drought. Emily Yankee from Fox Valley Lutheran.
There you go.
One of the top 3-point shooters in the state, Brett. She won the 3-point contest, if I remember right, last year. over there down in up at the Resch Center, I should say. So those are our 5 girls. Brett, really excited to showcase them. They're all excited. And, as we're entering the bulk of the conference season, it's nice to highlight those senior players.
Speaking of highlighting players and teams, we have a big varsity roundtable show tomorrow. We've got 2 of the 3 best teams of the Fox Valley Association right here tonight, but we're going to profile the 3rd member of that group. Hortonville girls are going to be on tomorrow
Really
night.
excited. Talk to AC Clothier. Hey, can you come on? Have the girls come on. I was going to have maybe Kaukauna. I wanted to wait a little bit, maybe have Kaukauna on sometime later this month perhaps. But, Brett, we have Trinity Mocadlo.
Yep.
Michaela Warner. Who's the 3rd girl? Why am I?
Is it Rainey Wilson?
No, not Rainey Wilson. It's hold on. I have it because I texted you the names. Brett, I'm getting old. I'm starting to forget things here.
They have supplements for that, Ricardo.
Oh, come on.
They have
stop
supplements for that. Well, they're playing good basketball. The Ghost AC in his first year with Hortonville, actually the former Xavier coach, then went to the college ranks for a little bit. Now he's back in the Fox Valley. First year with the Polar Bears, doing some great stuff.
Yeah, it's how could I forget Callie Pepler?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Pepler, Mocadlo, and Warner coming on the big show tomorrow, Brett. Going to be fun. We love profiling Hortonville. It is one of the fastest growing Fox Cities communities, wouldn't you say, Brett, over there at Hortonville?
No doubt.
And
they're like Kimberly of the west side of Appleton, right?
And they're coming in, had a fine season last year. We all know how that ended in the controversial timeout game with Neenah in that sectional semifinal. But, they'll be joining us tomorrow, Brett, so we're expecting a good show. Every Wednesday, 7 o'clock during the high school season, Varsity Roundtable.
Not sure about next week's live stream, Varsity Game of the Week. Got to kind of dig through the schedule a little bit more, so I'm not sure.
You're not sure of the day or the game?
The game.
Okay.
And
You're
the
looking
day.
at next. Oh, okay. So it might be Tuesday or Friday.
Yeah. But we still have one more Clubhouse Live show. That's why I'm going to be kind of busy getting that together. That's our weekly Packers show. We just had our second to last show last night at the Clubhouse Kitchen and Bar inside the Hilton Appleton Paper Valley Hotel. Packers wide receiver Romeo Dobbs was with us, and had to kind of look back at what's the word? Kind of the disappointing, the frustrating loss.
Frustrating.
The Packers had to the Lions on Sunday night to knock them out of the playoffs. Packers finishing 8-9 now in the season, but Romeo was good to come on, and we had some fun still, but look back on the season, look back on his rookie season, and a real nice kid. That's the last time we will have a player. Devondre Campbell was one of our co-hosts throughout much of the season, so it wasn't his turn to come on last night. I think he was expecting to be on for some playoff shows, but good thing we were able to say our farewells to the captain last week. But, Monday night, last night to Romeo Dobbs. Next Monday, coming up, we will have our what we call the Extravaganza edition. That will be our big season-ending prize giveaway show, our audience appreciation. We're going to have signed helmets from all of this year's co-hosts and guests, signed photos, some great gear from Shields. We have canvas prints signed by, I think, is it Alan Lazard maybe? We have a nice canvas print of Aaron Rodgers, not signed. Not signed, but we just have some fantastic gear. I think the Paper Valley Hotel is going to kick in some stuff. I'm going to have the complete prize list on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. We'll have some online prizes, too, because you can win there. But for the big ones, you have to be present to register and win. Show starts at 6:30 at the Clubhouse inside the Paper Valley Hotel, downtown Appleton. Doors open at 4. Admission is free. No Packers players will be there, but again, usually we pack the house, Ricardo, when we're giving away a whole lot of free stuff. So that's going to be a good way to end the season. Season 14 coming to a close.
By the way, speaking of the Lions, Brett, did I tell you, our friend Ken, the official, he's a big Lions fan. He was this close to coming down and being on the show because he wanted to bring his family and kind of like revel in the Lions.
Why didn't he do it?
I think he didn't want to get booed.
We would have booed him for sure.
But another thing on him, he might be going back into officiating.
Okay.
Come fall.
Yeah. So we won't have him as our analyst anymore.
Right. So we hope, if he doesn't, though, we do hope we get him on occasion.
Absolutely. Good guy, Ken. Hey, first half scoring for the Rockets, Zabel with 9, Ava Cook with 3, Klesmet with 2, Fisher with 3, Buss with 6, Jones with 2 for the Ghosts, Christopher with 7, Alexa Kinnis with 5, Jupstrom with 2, Baumgart with 4, and Eben with 1. Very interesting second half here as both teams on the floor. Only a 6-point lead for the Rockets. Alexa Kinnis, if you're late in joining us, looked like she rolled her ankle pretty good there in the first half, but good to see her back and battling through, and she's on the floor again here to start the second half. Neenah with the basketball, however, to open these final 18 minutes. Appreciate everybody checking in tonight. Postcrescent.com, also our Facebook pages. Ricardo, we're going Facebook pages from Green Bay, Appleton, Oshkosh, and Fond du Lac. I think it's obviously a big game, and
yes,
it's going to draw regional interest. In our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel, please subscribe to that.
Look at Zabel working her way through the middle.
Nice little jumper and good, and a good start for the Rockets. Sammy Buss. She's got 8. She's been a nice addition to this Neenah team, Ricardo. Standout player at Xavier a year ago. And a 3 is good from the corner. How about Savannah Robinson opening up the second half? Her first points of the game, her first bucket of the game. Wondering, maybe was that a point of emphasis for Joe Russum? We need to get Savannah Robinson some touches and get her going a little bit. She's a good player.
Absolutely. You know, Brett, one thing we haven't mentioned about Neenah, you know, they're playing the whole season without one of their, you know, returning starters, Sophia, or is it Roth? Shelby Roth.
Oh, that's right, yes. Good
so,
point.
You know, they've had to overcome that loss as well as Amaya Jones.
That's absolutely correct, Ricardo.
She is a great tennis player as well, was a doubles champ. (29-22), 16:21 left in the second quarter. Lead for Neenah. Kenneth being guarded by Zabel. Eben. Kenneth with the rebound. Here's Robinson. Christopher.
Good defense by Klesmet on Christopher. Didn't held her ground. Little fadeaway for Kinnis. Tough shot. Can't get it to fall. Here comes Zabel. I thought maybe she was going to let it fly.
Yeah, I did
three.
too.
You know, you give her that kind of space.
Buss wanted to take a 3 as well.
And how about that instead?
Well, you move the ball around for the best shot, and that's exactly what Neenah did, Brad. Good coaching.
Ava Cook.
Lead up to 10 points for Neenah. 15:37 left in the second half.
Ricardo, Neenah comes into tonight to rank second in the state in all divisions and three-pointers made with 129. Laconia was number 1 with 130. Now we're talking about all divisions. And here's another three-pointer. That one can't fall, but Klesmet comes up with the rebound. 3 again. And another opportunity, third chance. You can't give a team like Neenah this many opportunities, and we're going to have an offensive foul.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Laconia, Brett. They're one of the top teams in Division 4, coached by Chris Morgan. They made it to the state tournament last year.
I have the Rockets for 6 threes now tonight. Again, coming in with 129, so 135 on the season. There's a 3 for the Ghost, and it's in.
Eben.
Her first field goal of the night. She's got 4, and we got a good game here at Kaukauna High School. Low scoring, but just a 7-point lead for the Rockets, ranked number 4 in WIS Sports. Number 5 are the Ghosts. I got to look at those AP rankings. Nice jumper for Ava Cook now. 5 second-half points, 8 on the night.
Brett, I'll make it a point to forward those to you every week.
Yeah, please do.
I will do so.
They're actually pretty hard to find online.
Are they?
Yeah, I've had trouble from time to time.
We run them in print. I know that. Mike Sherry puts those all together.
Should put those in online, too.
I'll ask him to do that.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll just put them in my weekly
yeah, there you go.
Wrap-up stuff.
Makes sense. Just to help me out, okay?
It's all about you.
It is. Michigan State taking down the Badgers tonight at the Kohl Center. Joey Hauser
Here he is.
with 20 points for Sparty. Of course, the former Spash standout. Sam Hauser, his brother, playing for the Boston Celtics. Boy, remember those great, it wasn't that long ago, those great Spash teams. 3 straight championships. Trev Anderson, Drew Blair, part of that.
Those great teams. They were so great. They were knocking out other NBA guys. Halliburton's North Spartans. Remember that one?
Yes. That group will go down as one of the best ever. That was a special run for Stevens Point. Klesmet going to let it fly. Good, and that's a triple. Boy, they can shoot. Klesmet now with 5. And Ricardo, a 12-point lead. That's the largest now of the night for the Rockets. There's a 3 for the Ghost, and a big answer. That's Josie Jupstrom. She can knock him down. Her first triple of the night.
First half, or second half's looking a lot like the first half, Brett. A lot of 3-point baskets.
There's the Bell going to let it go. Boy, jeez. She doesn't need much space, does she?
No. It looks like she shot that tens of thousands of times.
Oh, I'm sure she has. What I wanted to say about the Rockets, and particularly Allie Zabel, she's not forcing anything, right? She's getting her teammates involved. She doesn't have to carry the load. I mean, wasn't last year she was averaging 30 a game or right around there?
30.2.
Now down, I say down, relatively speaking, to 24. That's still a healthy average. But, you know, sometimes you see players like that, big-time recruits, and they're taking all the shots. No, this is a complete team here. They really share the basketball well. There's a bounce pass from Zabel, and that is Book knocking it down, and we have a timeout, and the Rockets red hot from 3-point range here in the second half. Wow.
Yeah, Brett, at one point, Kaukauna had trimmed the lead to 7, 32-25. Since then, it's been an 11-3 run by Neenah.
A full timeout for Kaukauna. 4 3-pointers already this half for Neenah, and 9 already on the night.
You know, that Cook 3-pointer, Brett, was symbolic of what Allie Zabel can do. You know, she's coming up the court. Everything's in rhythm. Quick dish. Cook without missing a beat. No wasted energy popping that 3. It was seamless. It was smooth.
But Zabel giving it up, right? That's
yes,
what I'm
exactly.
saying. I mean, they are sharing the basketball, and we talked about it in their victory, where they had 15 assists on 18 made baskets. So everybody getting in on the mix, and that's going to be tough when you have to try to pick your poison. The focal point is still on Allie Zabel, but she is such a good passer and distributor and has that great vision.
That's why I gave Neenah the first place vote, Brett, in the Associated Press poll.
Well, Neenah's only loss was a 60-59 setback to Hortonville. That was on New Year's Eve. I believe that was an overtime loss.
Yes.
You look at the kind of the 3-headed monster here in the FBA. Kaukauna has beat Hortonville 70-59, and now Hortonville has taken down Neenah. So they're going to take turns kind of beating each other up here a little bit before this all shakes out. Jupstrom from the corner, and that's a big basket. She's got 2 threes. Actually, 4 3-pointers for the Ghost this half, Ricardo.
Let me tell you something. 8 of the last 10 baskets are 3-pointers for both teams.
Yeah, they're just knocking them down from distance, and we have a foul on, looks like the Ghost.
Number 3, Josie Jupstrom, first team foul.
Jupstrom with the foul. And Shabo at the line. And knocks down the first. Looking at Shabo, her first point of the night. 1 of 3 now from the free throw line. Can't get that one to fall. But again, you look at Shabo, Ricardo. 6'2" senior, so bringing some size for the Rockets. Allie Zabel listed at 6 foot, junior, number 1. And almost a steal there is Kaukauna playing keep away. Good ball movement by the Ghosts.
I'm watching Shabo. She moves her feet pretty well, Brett. Very active. She's not a plotter. Almost has a volleyball kind of build.
Rockets in that zone. Is that a 1-3-1, I want to say? Or?
And a 1-3-1, you've got to be active as that 3-pointer.
And sometimes that's where the weakness is in those corners on that 1-3-1. Jupstrom had a good look, just couldn't get it to fall.
She wanted to take another 3 right there, Brett.
This time about a 13-footer or so, and there's a big rebound by Shabo. Using the size and the long arms to grab that board. Yeah, so we have 8 threes between the two teams already this half. There's one from the elbow. Good. Fisher now with 5. Buckets coming from all over this roster when you're talking about the Rockets. Yeah. Knocked away. That's Szabo. Szabo with the block. Josie Eben trying to make a move, and Szabo knocked it away. So you've seen both coaches liking to mix up some defense as well. Andy Brownell seems to, if memory serves, likes to mix that up on the defensive end. I like that too, right? You know, kind of try to get the opponent off of its offensive rhythm there a little bit, show a zone. 15-point advantage for the Rockets as we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. And Szabo now showing she's got a little touch as well, knocking one down from around that elbow spot. 17-point lead.
Boy, if they can get her to be a solid contributing player the rest of the way, that makes them even more formidable.
Szabo?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, she's not a plotter. She looks like she's very active down low, good footwork.
Yeah. Works hard. And having a nice game on both sides. Ball squirts out.
A little bit of a rugby, what do you call that, scrum?
A scrum, yes. See if the Ghosts can make a run here as we're at the midway point of the second half.
Right now it's a 14-3 run for Neenah.
Neenah led 25-19 at the half, so it was a 6-point game. Now already a 17-point edge, make it 14 as Eben knocks down a 3, and I think we have another timeout coming. And Joe Russum going to burn a second full timeout. Hey, we got a great deal, folks, right now on a digital subscription to the Post-Crest and all of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites. For the next 6 months, you can get all the benefits included with a digital subscription for just $1. 6 months, $1. That includes full access on your desktop, tablet, mobile devices every day, exclusive subscriber newsletters. The e-edition is all part of that. Please, folks, subscribe. Go to postcrescent.com/subscribe. That's the only way you can get Ricardo's subscriber-only content, and it only costs $1 for 6 months. Yeah, Alexa Kinnis, Ricardo, I wanted to mention a four-sport athlete. As you said, D1 basketball offers already from Eastern Illinois, Loyola University of Chicago, and UW Green Bay. Zarnicki's committed to D2 St. Cloud State. She also had D2 offers from Bemidji State, Florida Southern, Minnesota State Mankato, and Wayne State College.
Nine-minute mark here left in the second half. 48-34 lead for the Rockets, and looking to add on to that lead. Zabel getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, 12 points for Zabel so far, but it's been a very efficient 12 points. Doesn't feel like she shot that much.
No, but she's had some key assists.
Yeah. Good active defense by the Ghosts. And what do we have here?
Timeout.
Timeout by Andy Brownell.
30-second timeout taken by the Rockets.
So he is going to adjust to maybe that trapping defense that was employed now by the Ghosts. Try to set something up. Brownell's been there a long time. He helped us out a couple years ago on is that a sectional semifinal live stream? I want to say it was at Kimberly High School. I believe it was Kimberly versus Germantown. 1 versus 2 that night. And then you came in and it was the boys 1 versus 2 in a regional final, I think. It was back-to-back 1 versus 2 in the state of Wisconsin that night. Doesn't matter the season, right, Ricardo? It's big games always, it seems like, around this neck of the woods.
Well said, and we're expecting more of that in this postseason.
A lot of these athletes and teams, coaches, they're going to be honored in the Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards show. Planning underway. We've already revealed our fall athlete nominees, Player of the Year nominees. Hoping to soon have a time, date, and location. Last year's show took place in May. Well, that was held at the Lambeau Field Atrium.
Either way, we get all dolled up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see it at the Atrium again. And that was a good look by number 5, Avery Butcher, but couldn't get that one to fall. But yeah, hoping to get some details soon, and before you know it, we'll be releasing the winter nominees. We have some premier nominees, Courage Award. Might try to add the play of the year if we can find some worthy plays. So stay tuned for that. It's always a great way to cap a great high school season. Boy, another 3-point basket. Bus, she's got 3 threes, and she's got 11 points on the night. So much focus has to be on Allie Zabel. It just kind of opens things up for everybody, doesn't it?
You know, that's again that doesn't show up in the box score, Brett. That kind of stuff. Heard the attention that she was paid. Is that foul? Taryn Christopher. We'll see.
Number 34, Sage Kurtluski, first personal, 13 foul.
Sage Kurtluski. Oh, look how dipped. Again, we're talking about how much do they go? 9-10 players, Brett? Neenah?
Seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're really going deep into the bench, so that's a luxury for Andy Brownell's Rockets, who are up 17.
And let me tell you, that pays dividends as we go on in the lengthy postseason, Brett.
He keeps some
Fresh
players
legs,
fresh, yeah. Rockets back in that person-to-person defense. Rebound, Allie Zabel. And Zabel working on Robinson, trying to get around. Good defense. See about 3 white jerseys around. She's just going to dribble to the wing, and I thought maybe she'd knock that one down. She can kind of lull you to sleep by doing that. She kind of goes towards the basket,
because
gets double teamed. Yeah,
she's smooth.
Very smooth, and just kind of casually dribbles it out. You kind of lose sight of her just a little bit. Doesn't need much space, and she'll let it fly. Got to be on her wherever she is.
Perfectly said. You can't sleep in 1 second on her. Bus with the rebound. For Neenah, leading 51-34, nearing the 6-minute mark here in the second half. Here's Bus.
Nice pass, and that's good. Kurtluski, her first points of the night. We had the Neenah girls on the Varsity Roundtable show before Christmas.
Yeah, we did.
It was Allie Zabel and Sammy Bus, right? And
Ava
Cook.
I want to say it was another girl, too.
Oh, nice little up and under, kind of stepping through the defense was Taryn Christopher. Kurtluski picks up her second. 14 fouls against the Rockets. Christopher going to the line, first trip to the line, 7 first half points. And can't get that one to fall. Yeah, it was 3 or 4 girls, but it was
3 girls, I believe. But
you can go on to postcrescent.com, click on sports, and then at the top there's a link for Varsity Roundtable. You can watch all of our replays. And you'll find the Neenah girls basketball team, and I know, Ricardo, you said you want to get the ghosts on at some point as well.
Hoping to get them on. I want to get the Kaukauna wrestling team on as well.
There's a 15-footer, no good.
They had a nice tournament, Brett. They finished 4th at the Chiefs Head.
Okay.
Now, usually they got 4th. Well, that's some of the top teams in the nation.
Yeah.
Coming down here to Kaukauna.
That was just this past weekend.
Yes, and congratulations to Grayson Clark. He won the 138-pound title, so the 3-time individual award winner.
Oh, nice steal.
He's going for his 4th this February, Brett.
Sophia Cook with the nice hands and kicking it out to Ava Cook, and that's going to stay with the Rockets. Yeah, I was just, before you got here and while we were setting up, I always check that wrestling conference championship banner. They've won FVA titles every season but one since 1999. It was just the 05 season. Otherwise, conference titles from 99 through 2022, and probably on their way to another one this season. Christopher's fouled as she goes to the line.
Yeah, Brett, that 2005, I think that was Appleton
North.
North.
It was. Like, I covered that.
Yeah.
I mean, what a run. They've won FBA titles every season since '06. But only one time since '99 did they not win a conference championship. That's a ridiculously
Is that good?
ridiculously good in
Yeah,
a
that's
league
good.
that is as talented as the Fox Valley Association.
I wasn't sure. I had to make sure.
And led by, of course, Jeff Machik, who he was our Coach of the Year in the Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Award. He didn't want to talk, though.
No, he was up on the stage and off.
You gave him the option. You said you wanted to talk, and he was like, no. Little reverse by Buss and a nice finish off the glass.
Which is unfortunate because if you ever talk to him, he's a very driven, very intense guy, has a lot to say on a lot of different subjects. And I always like, talking with him just about anything with sports in general, wrestling. He's a good quote.
He looks the same today as he did like 20 years ago.
Yes,
the guy
he doesn't age. Yeah.
Crazy. Must be all that wrestling.
Yeah, must be.
Nice job by Buss. Ricardo, she's got 13 on the night, 3 threes and 7 points this half.
Must be that nice, pure, clean Kaukauna water.
It's a nice town. I do a lot of biking, as you know, and I don't live too far away, actually, from the high school here. I kind of live in this neck of the woods, the heart of the valley. Bike the CE Trail a lot, and I'll bike through Kaukauna. Challenges me. There's some hills here in town, and very pretty, picturesque town right along the Fox River. Go through 1,000 Islands, a nature center along the river, and very pretty community. I got to do some biking down the Neenah area, though. I did that. Actually, I did a couple rides last year where I biked through Neenah, Menasha. I have to do that again when it's warm enough to do so. I got a little ways to wait.
Oh.
Good hands by Christopher.
Yes.
Good defense by Buss, and actually turnover. Zabel wide open from 3, nothing but net. And you just kind of felt like that was going to go down, and it looked good all the way.
The way that unfolded, Brett, I would have been shocked if it didn't go down under 5 minutes left here in the second half. And
Zabel with 15 now on the night. There's a 3, and it bounces in. That's for Jupstrom. And she's got 3 threes all this half and 11 points. Shabo fouled, makes a nice baseline move.
Postman number 4, Addison Bumgard, second personal, second team. On the line for the Rockets, on Shabo.
Shabo 1 of 4 from the line. She's got 3 points all this half. Struggling a bit from the stripe.
yeah, she's got the ball gets there in a hurry off of her hand.
I have 8 players scoring for the Rockets tonight. 6 so far for the Ghosts. Yeah, looking at Zabel, she's got 3 threes, 6 points this half, and again 15 on the night. And Shabo good on that.
And for the Rockets, number 42, Amaya Jones.
Again, I'll announce our next Game of the Week live stream on my Twitter account at PCBrettsy. Please give me a follow. And you can always access our previous Game of the Week live streams on any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. I think we got some good options next week. Got to kind of figure it out. Another 3. Sophia Cook makes it 9 players now scoring for the Rockets.
How many threes in total, Brett, you got?
Yeah, the Rockets have just opened this one up as you look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Savannah Robinson with an acrobatic finish and the foul. Yeah, I'll add that up here in a second. But it's a bunch. Wait for Robinson's free throw. She's got 5 on the night all this half. First trip to the line for Savannah. Strong on that one. Zabel with the rebound. I have the Rockets, Ricardo, with 12 triples. 7 this half. That's a lot.
And none of those were forced shots, Brett. I think a lot of them All of them were really good shots.
Really good shots, and again, we've talked about it. Some open shots, right? They do such a good job of spreading it and sharing it. And multiple players who can knock it down. There's Zabel who kicks it out. That's not a three, but it's a nice shot by Sophia Cook, who's got 5 quick points. That's another thing, too. They're open, they're shooting. There's no hesitation, complete confidence in a lot of these kids and their ability to knock down the shot. Again, folks, be sure to check out a photo gallery from this one later tonight on postcrescent.com. Our photojournalist, Bill Glasheen, he's shooting the game here tonight. As always, it does a great job. Part of our Clubhouse Live crew, along with Dan Powers. That's going to be the 7th team foul.
Yeah, Bus sent Kinnis flying.
So 1-1 coming up.
Sorry, not Kinnis. That's number 5. Boucher.
Avery Butcher, yeah. First bucket of the night, or first point of the night, I should say.
3:09 left here in the second half. All Neenah right now.
Mm-hmm. Again, it was a 6-point game at the half. And the Rockets just red hot.
You know, Brett, we're wondering about who had that RG3 jersey over there, the student section. That was Noah Hoffman.
Oh, is that the running
the
back?
Running back.
Yeah, the Ghosts, what a season they had. Another 3. Cook.
Brett, he was the Associated Press first teamer.
Yeah, the Ghosts made it to the state semifinals. We streamed that game at Ashwaubenon High School. We lost to West Appear. Phantoms kind of took over at the end. It was a pretty good game for most of the way. I think we had over like 30,000 views on that game. That's a good night. Crazy good night. Speaking of good nights, how about Ava Cook with 4 threes and 14 points, 11 this half. So that's 13 triples now for the Rockets.
Kaukauna, you got to start hoisting some of these threes, don't you think?
Well, down, 16 with 2 minutes to play. Probably too little, too late, no matter how much they start shooting, and that was out of bounds. Good defense by Ali Zabel, and I think you can see Andy Brownell, a complete line change for the Rockets as he's going to empty the bench. As we play this 1:56 to go. That was a good shot there, Rosie had of Noah Hoffman, Ricardo, wearing the Washington jersey. Just wants to get a sub in, does Andy Brownell.
That's Lydia Delane. If I said that correctly.
Deline,
okay. 6-foot junior. Brett, what if you were put off the bench and got no game? I would just shoot as much as I could.
Oh, yeah.
From anywhere on the court.
I would not play within the confines of the offense. I'd just be jacking them.
Yep.
It'd be pickup ball.
I'd be the black hole, baby.
No doubt about it. Look at this. Coriana Bartman. She's getting in on the fun, too. Another three-pointer for the Rockets. I believe now that is 14 triples tonight. 9 this half. What do you do? Oh, they're saying that was a two-pointer. I only see 69 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, two-pointer, Brett.
Okay. Boy, that was Toll must have just been on the line then.
See, reserves coming in as well for Kaukauna.
In for the Ghosts, number 10, Kyla Labs. Number 11, Addison Babashinsky. Number 13, Jenna Kinnis.
Jenna Kinnis, younger sister of Alexa.
Anessa Stipe.
Final seconds here in tonight's game. 69-41 lead for Neenah.
You can see Joe Russum right now talking to the girls he just pulled off the bench. I'm kind of curious on what that conversation is like right now, because Kaukauna Ricardo, they got to figure some things out.
They do.
And the injury bug certainly not helping matters at this point of the season. We'll talk about, I'll get Ricardo's thoughts here as we wait for the final buzzer. Get his thoughts on both teams. Of course, the Rockets awfully impressive, 17 threes tonight. And it looks like Neenah's just going to dribble this one out. And there is the buzzer, and that is a final, 69-41. The Rockets with an impressive victory, taking down the Ghosts. As we look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard, Ricardo is going to update his Twitter account. Give him a follow at Ricardo De Leon.
Thank you.
And please give me a follow at PC Brett C.
Good luck, ladies. Thank you for coming out tonight, please.
I'll give you the final totals here.
Brett, do you mind giving me the leading score for Neenah? Just so I can put that on Twitter. Should have looked there.
I think it was Zabel with 15.
Okay. Now that's balanced scoring.
Yeah.
They hit 13 three-pointers.
That's what I have them for. But your thoughts, Ricardo?
Yeah.
Well, let's start first for the Rockets. Okay, let's go with the winning team. Incredible shooting and excellent balance. I mean, in the way they we talked about, spread the floor, share the ball. The focal point, of course, is always going to be on Allie Zabel, but she doesn't force bad shots. She doesn't take bad shots. She makes sure that she gets everybody involved because they can hurt you. She doesn't have to carry the load, like I said before.
And the defense is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I'm sure really makes Brunel a happy coach is to see that your defense, more so than anything, controls tempo in the game. I can't recall Kaukauna having an extended run of any kind. I think he's got to be pleased with that because that's an explosive offense when all things are rolling for Kaukauna. Now, for the Ghosts, we talked about this. Now, Russum is a great coach. He's won a couple titles with Appleton North. How is he going to traverse this rest of the conference season? We think Kinnis is okay.
Yeah, we got a camera on her. She looks like maybe talking to, I don't know if that's her friends or parents. I can't quite gather, but I think she's going to be okay.
Well, that's good to see because they need her. Because without Zarnicki, that's a big shoes to fill. There's no doubt in my mind though that Coach Russum will get the job done, though. He's been through big games. He knows how to get the most out of his players, and I think it's just a matter of a couple of weeks altering, right?
Navigating.
Well, altering, how you look at yourselves, your identity. It's going to take a few weeks for that to kind of
tough to do mid-season, isn't it?
Exactly. But he's a coach who's been through it all. You have faith that he will do that. So again, once late February hits, we'll see where this Kaukauna team is at. Right now, they're a little bit in flux, right? Neenah, we already know what they are. They're one of the top 3 teams in the state. Would not be surprised if they make it to the championship game at the Resch Center in D1, Brett. That team is every bit as good as any team in the state, and they got my vote for being the number 1 team.
One thing that you and I talked about when we learned about Zarnicki, we kind of used Neenah boys last year as an example. They lost Cal Klesmet and ended up winning a state championship going 29-1. But the big difference was that happened for the Rockets in summer.
Right.
So Lee Rubbis had some time to kind of formulate a plan. It's trickier to do mid-season, especially in a league like this and going against a Neenah or a Hortonville. It's going to take some time, like you said. But I think you're going to hear from the Ghosts by season's end.
I agree with you, Brett, on that one. So again, the story's not finished yet. Still plenty of chapters to write as we traverse here. We're heading into the bulk of the season for the FVA. So it's going to be fun to see what kind of what transpires.
Absolutely. Looking
All right,
forward
gentlemen,
to it.
I'm out.
You're out, Ricardo. I'm going to run down
Thank
the scoring. Yep, for the victorious Rockets, Zabel finishes with 15 to lead all scorers tonight. Ava Cook with 14. Sophia Cook with 5, Klesmet with 5, Bartman with 2, Fisher with 5, Buss with 13, Schabel with 4, Kirkluski with 2, and Jones with 4. For the Ghosts, Christopher with 8, Alexa Kinnis with 5. Kind of had a battle, what appeared to be an ankle injury, but glad that she was able to get back into the game. Jupstrom with 11, Baumgart with 4, Butcher with 1, Robinson with 5, and Eben with 7. And again, the Rockets finishing with 13 three-pointers. A heck of a shooting night, including 8 in the second half. With the victory, Neenah ranked, again, 4th in Division I in the state coaches poll. Improved to 13-1 on the season, 8-1 in the FBA. Rockets home against Fond du Lac on Friday in a Fox Valley Association matchup. That's their next game. Tip-off is set for 7:30 p.m. Meanwhile, the 5th-ranked Ghosts fall to 12-2 on the season, 7-2 in the FBA, and up next for Kaukauna, they're at Appleton West on Friday. That, too, is a Fox Valley Association matchup. Tip-off is set for 7:30 p.m. Again, not sure where we'll be next week, but I'll make that announcement on my Twitter account at PCBretzi, so please give me a follow. I'll look into that either tomorrow or Thursday. We'll kind of see how the day is going. Again, join us tomorrow night as well for Varsity Roundtable, 7 o'clock, postcrescent.com, our Post Crescent Facebook page, and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. We have the Hortonville girls basketball team coming on, the 3rd-ranked Polar Bears. That should be a fun show to watch. You can send in questions in real time. I'll be monitoring the chat as well. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom. Get select phones and monthly data for as little as $24.99 per month. Visit cellcom.com/save for more information. And Cooties Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today, 920-731-0922, or send them an email at Coonies, COONEYS 0922 at sbcglobal.net. So for Rosie, our secret weapon, and Ricardo, and don't forget about the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off from Kaukauna High School. Once again, the final score tonight, Neenah 69, Kaukauna 41. Thanks for watching, everybody.